What was that? One more time?
From Wayne's World.
Mm-hmm.
If she was
That's
a
why I
president,
wanted you to repeat it.
if she was a president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
I love that movie.
It probably shaped a lot of who I am today. Unfortunately, like I didn't know they were making fun of those guys.
Thanks a lot, Thomas Flipperson.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty ripped too. Yeah. I understand. So is it on the page here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how do I get that?
It's live.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey.
How do I share it?
It should
There
be
we
a
go.
share button. There
Yeah,
you go.
nothing's working.
There you go.
Okay, so with the mics, we might have to speak up just a tiny bit, but we're live. Hi to the people who are
Oh,
watching.
are we live?
We are.
Oh,
To the people who are watching, hello, hello. Welcome to Off the Record. And surprise guest, we have John.
Hello. Come
I
on.
just feel really bad. I just totally introduced himself for him. I'm sorry, introduce yourself.
yeah. Who the fuck are you
I
guys?
don't know.
I'm
Hey,
John
why are you
Gilbert. I run Dirt Covered Productions and throw some shows down. I got a dog down here messing with me. Porch, say hi.
Oh,
Ow.
Oh,
Ow. Anyway, I got CJ here. CJ Beach with the Dead Men. And you can say hello.
So I'm CJ.
Yeah.
I'm CJ and the Dead Men. We're from McCullough County, but we're up here in Tallahassee now. We play a lot of shows with these guys. We're throwing a lot of festivals. They, Mr. John, as we were just talking about not too long ago, Mr. John was the one that got me and the guys into the music scene. And then Mr. Mike over here, the Sawgrass Zoo.
Yep, Mike Odom with Sawgrass Zoo, and we're a 5-piece band. Do a lot of local gigs in McCullough County, John's festivals. Been together a little over a year, and a lot of covers, but a lot of good OGs too that we really believe in. And I have to tell you, it's all his fault. I'm back out here too, because a little over a year ago, he got me out of my little cottage over at Live Oak Island. He said, "Come play this festival. I got 30 minutes for you." And I went through about 6 originals out or so, and then that's how I got involved with Eli and started Sawgrass Zoo.
Yes, I guess y'all both have that same story. I
You're
do a show in
Yeah.
August before. I have to do it before football season starts, or nobody shows up to shows. So it's like the first or second weekend in August we got to do it, and it's called No Flow Po Folk. And I don't allow anybody to play cover songs. Like, so everybody that plays has to play original music.
I like that idea.
So the whole time, did you fart, Porch? Jesus.
well, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You can just blame it on the dog. But yeah, so that's the one I do in the fall, and just that's the one they're talking about. I had these guys is like, hey, I'll put you on stage, but you just got to write some original music, and I don't care if I like it or not. As long as it sounds not like nails on a chalkboard or something.
Right.
I'll put you up there on the stage, and so both these guys worked it out, and they've kind of taken off way past where I can do in music now. So, but so I'm here to help people. That's what this the Pine Tree Church Music Festival that we have coming up March 1st. It kind of started. I mean, all this started because I have a band that is kind of you like us or you don't. We're not for every bar in town of people hanging out kind of thing. I mean, it could be somewhere else, but just not here. I'm not mad about that, but so we weren't getting a whole lot of gigs. So I was like, well, what if I start making the gigs? I was like, I can get gigs that way, So then I just, that's where all this kind of the Dirt Cover production started, with just me trying to get more gigs for my band. I was like, well, I'll make some shows and put my band on it.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of developed from there. It just kind of took off, because there was nothing like this going on in McCullough County, as far as I know.
Yeah.
We got 19 bands, 2 stages, food trucks, vendors, if they show up, it's free for kids, so that's a lot of families in, which is big for Wakulla. Because most of us down there have kids, myself included. So it's 15 and under is free to get in. There's a keg of beer for the adults. $15 for 19 bands, and free beer is not too much to ask, I don't think.
No, I agree. That's awesome.
I believe this is the third one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is the third one of the Pine Tree Church. Yes. And Pine Tree Church, by the way, has nothing to do with the church.
Yeah.
So I got a DUI when I was like 20. And they said you could drive to church, work, or school. I was like, well, Lost Creek's my church. I'm like, well, good luck explaining that to the FWC that pulled you over. But so I was just, I always called it Pine Tree Church because of that. It's just you weren't only allowed to drive a church. I'm like, well, I just drive around the woods, man. Ain't nothing else to do with McCullough when I was a kid.
Still isn't. Not well.
Well, a lot of people are playing some music down there,
a lot of people that would disagree, I guess,
including the 5-year-old from South Shop.
They will not stop moving in. But yeah, no. So it's it's just really celebrating local bands. I just want to get anybody, because I never had a chance. I've been playing music since I was 15. Didn't get on stage probably until I was 30 something.
Wow.
Look, I mean, there's just nothing. It's that hard to do down there. There's nothing going on. There's
right.
Are you a DJ or do you do karaoke? Or,
I get that.
They weren't. There was never a whole lot of places. I mean, now there's a lot. But like growing up, there was nowhere to do anything.
Yeah.
Especially since I was in a hip hop band when I was in high school. So
yeah,
nobody around here wanted that shit.
Right.
Not even close. Probably not even people that we wanted to hear it. They probably sucked. I hope nobody ever hears it. But I digress. This place, Pine Tree Church, is at Paveler Tree Theater. This guy Herb, this is basically a benefit for him because most of the money goes to that place. But he literally, anybody that needs to put on a concert or if a local person writes a play, they can, they meet actors there and they can actually put their play on at this place.
That's awesome.
And like any kids that need a place to even practice their band, if they need a place for them to even practice, he'll let them practice there. I mean, like he helps the community out in an arts way that's never existed down there.
Right.
Like, he gives us a place to actually do something.
Right.
Which is real crazy. It's just that somebody having a building that they're willing to let you come into, it makes a giant difference.
And all it takes is just that one person that wants to make the difference in the music community to actually make that happen. I mean, that's how Off the Record started. We wanted to support the local talent around the area and then expand and branch out. And so far, I think we've done pretty well about it. But it's those people that have the passion and that drive that actually want to support the local music scene is the number one people who are going to really help shape these bands and get them to where they eventually may want to go, like Legacy and even other
this
local
place
bars.
is awesome.
Absolutely.
I've played so many incredible
Appreciate
gigs here.
Shout out, Andrew. You might have seen the
Shout out,
lights
Andrew.
flicker. Andrew was messing with lights, and then you saw him on stage a minute ago. So
Well,
John,
people-
I think it's cool what you're doing. So I grew up in Bluntstown, and
Sorry.
so am I. Sure.
I grew up
Oh,
burning
sorry.
blunts down.
Right. Anyhow, whenever I was a kid, my buddies would either go play shows at fucking Panama City or Tallahassee and have that conversation with my mom. Hey, I'm going to a bar in Panama City. No.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Especially when we were kids, man. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
That place was wild.
No fucking cell phones.
Yep.
You're going to a bar in Panama City? No, you're not.
Yeah. That was where when you were kids, you did the whole, I'm going to go hang out with my buddy at his
Yeah.
house, and then you're really doing some shit. You
Yeah,
weren't
it's
supposed
not,
to
it's
do.
not that easy
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
Look,
So I
Our
work
off
out
location
how it is.
services.
I truly appreciate what you're doing. I wish with all my wishes that there was something like what you're doing whenever I was a kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah,
Well,
I would have loved going to, even if it's fucking once a year.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have gone to something like this whenever I was a kid. I would have been all about it.
So
Well, I mean, that's why also I let the kids in free. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say down in McCullough County, it's not just John, it's not just who I call the kid over here.
Yeah.
playing, it's like Kevin Andrews from Rocala.
Yep.
That is just
Kevin's a big part of it.
Just turning them out. His new bass player, Steve.
I mean, Alondre was too.
And Alondre.
Laundry, yep.
And so it's like, it's like kind of that thing. Yeah, one person can make a difference, but when it's a community of people doing it,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
regardless of your political beliefs, Hillary Clinton said one thing right, and that is it takes a village sometimes.
Yes.
And I think we can all agree on that. Sometimes it does take a village to raise
Yep.
kids,
Well, I mean,
raise kids, get a music scene going on. And I think in Wakulla County we've got a rebirth. I mean,
Yeah.
of it used to be such a great music scene with Linda Hargreaves from Stop Choppy and all that, just
Kid Civic
Tennessee
popping up.
and Wakulla band, Wakulla band. I mean, and I just feel like it's just bubbling up again, like the old Wakulla volcano.
I say, well, Mr. John, he picked me up when I was
Mr. John.
Mr.
Well,
John.
he picked up.
Yeah, you gotta. What does that say to respect your elders? But he picked me up right before I'm 20 now, just turned 20 last October. My first show I ever played was one of Mr. John's festivals, and it was right before I turned 18. And that was just me and my guitar, and like I said, it was just all originals. He came to me, he gave me a notebook and was like, fill it with 10 songs, and I've got 30 minutes for you. And then so we did that. We went through the thing, and then
In like 2 weeks.
yeah, well,
This motherfucker came
And the
back.
songs were all right.
that's it.
This motherfucker came back with a song that he barely plays, but I do the same shit to people that like my
Yeah.
song. But he came back with a song. I was like, "Who wrote that?"
Who wrote that?
I wrote it. You remember? Like it was. I mean, it was just good stuff. I was like, "All right." So and there you go. And then he played that show, and now he's fucking taking off like a rocket.
Yeah, he is.
But I get it. I mean, I just, that's what I'm here for. Just, show the world these people. I have no like jealousy towards people, or like, I hear some stuff because I hang out with a lot of bands. Like, I don't know why you'd ever feel that way, man. This guy's fucking, way more talented than I am.
He's got more in his little thing. About that much of his little thing.
I expect it,
Oh my
and
God.
and I'll sit here and nurse it any way I can.
And
I say that's what we love. That's the whole. It comes back to what we were just talking about, like
Yeah.
the whole scene in Wakulla. Like I
Just
had,
support.
yeah, I had no part in it, knew nobody, had no connections, and then I got hooked up with John. 2 months later, we're playing shows every other weekend.
See, that's how you know you're good.
Villages.
I've been playing 13 years. It's really hard for me to find a drummer or a bass player. He had a band in like 2 days.
I got really lucky.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I was in high school.
How do you have a
I
whole
had-
band
I had-
already?
I had kids around.
Uh-huh. I was in high school too, and the kids were like, "Stop playing music."
Well, you got to say now you went from playing 1 or 2 shows a month to now you're doing like 2 or 3 a weekend too. So that shows like, well, hey, he's just.
So we do have some comments real quick. We have Buck. He says, Sue.
Fuck.
We have Rachel. She says, hello. Hi,
Hello.
Rachel.
Hey.
Dylan says, what's up? Hello, bro.
So,
And then Ryan. He says, love seeing both of you guys playing at the Toys for Tots show at Legacy. Y'all sounded great.
hell yeah, man.
Agreed. And we have Daniel who says, shout out to Mike, CJ, and John.
Mr. Daniel, yeah.
And we
Hello.
have Buck says, Mr. John, you never picked me up.
Yeah.
I'm on top of the world, Jack.
I want to hold Buck on the end of a boat.
All romantic line.
Yeah, not throw him
Titanic
off.
line?
I'm gonna hold him on. Yeah,
Like Titanic.
just hold his waist.
I
I'll,
think
hey,
that's-
dude, I'll get my guitar, I'll sit back there, and I'll sing Celine Dion the whole time.
Yes.
Promise.
As long as it's on video.
Oh yeah,
Just gotta get it on video.
multiple camera angles.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
So
about.
we're gonna do it a couple times.
I feel like you want to do it a couple times.
Well, I'm gonna be in my boat. I'm gonna be in my boat filming y'all because I don't want any part of that, but I definitely want to catch it on film.
Oh.
That might be worse though.
Oh.
You don't want part of it. You just want to be able to watch it later.
Okay, so I do have one request from my mom whenever she heard your band, and she's like, for such a young guy, he's got such an old soul, very like passionate sound when you sing.
Mm.
And my mom's question to you was, how did you? Hang on, I gotta think about it a little bit. How did you develop your vocals to obtain that sound? Did you put any work behind it? Because a lot of people try to get that sound and to sound like that and put a lot of work into it. Did you put a lot of work into it, or is it just?
I definitely did, but it also it comes a lot to just like
What you're going with?
well, kind of to a sense, but yes, like I was in from all 3 years of middle school. I was in chorus, came out. I've been playing guitar and singing since I was really young. And I remember a defining moment in specifically my vocals through my life was I learned a Travis Tritt song that we play every show
Which one?
now, Modern Day Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
And we play it every one of our shows now for a reason, because I played it, I learned it, and I went and played it and sung it for my dad. And he was in there cooking. He was real busy. He was doing stuff. And I was sitting there just playing it, sitting by the kitchen. And he's like, guitar sounds great. Let's leave the singing to Mr. Travis. and this little, I was like, oh, I'm gonna. And so
I'm gonna show you,
exactly.
Pops.
I went into chorus, all that kind of stuff, and then like, I'm not even gonna lie, the biggest singing practice that I have is in the car. Like anywhere I'm driving, I'm singing.
That's the song.
Oh yeah. Did you catch me at a stoplight? But that's the best place because you're alone. You're not singing for anybody. It's just for you. You can try new stuff.
Sing on the fucking dashboard.
Exactly. I remember that song "Like a Stone" by Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
It took me so long. I have videos of me when I lived with my sister just a few years ago, just singing it in the living room, and I listen to them now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not good, but I listen to it so much and I sing it so much that I've gotten to where I can kind of get it down. But it's really just like practice. Like there's an element of kind of what you're born with or whatever, but it's really just practice.
It's a lot of it is, I mean, like my throat, man, my voice tries to disappear all the time. If I sang like you every night, I wouldn't be able to talk.
Well, I mean, I have like a nebulizer and honey and stuff.
I know.
You really?
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I was gonna
I have
say,
to.
but he's got his honey trick.
Oh, yeah.
I know his honey trick.
But even the little stuff like
I
the
drink honey
diaphragm
whiskey.
breathing and all that.
Oh, the diaphragm piece is like so
Exactly.
huge. It's so huge.
And that's what the chorus was good for. Was I learned the basics, like the notes on a scale, the diaphragmatic breathing,
He
had to
said
open your
diaphragmatic.
He did.
All right,
That's
that's the
big
first one on
word.
the record.
He can't spell that shit. Though.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't put me. I didn't say I could be in a spelling bee. But, I mean, that's really just it. It's I got a really good bassist. Had a great chorus teacher. Had my dad's 65, so I've always been in the kind of older kind of feel for any kind of music and stuff like that. Like I said, like Chris Cornell, Chris Stapleton, Etta James.
Etta James.
Janis Joplin, like those are all my kind of my idols. Yeah. Lane Staley. Lane Staley.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those are my.
It's cool that you kind of already had, like the natural ability. Like you had the ability, and you had people that were able to show you how to hone it, how to hone those abilities, and you sing from your diaphragm. And show it. That's cool. That's real fucking cool.
Yeah. And so I just really just in all aspects, just with the band, with Mr. John, with all that stuff, just luck is all it really is. Like it's
always
takes a little luck too. Yeah,
gratefulness and luck.
Place and time.
So, speaking of techniques, what are your techniques? Do you have any? What is it called? That you said?
Nebulizer.
Do you have the honey trick?
Nebulizer.
I am not here tonight, guys.
Techniques. I don't know about that. I just try not to party the first couple of days coming into the show, and I'll be all right. But I sing much lower tone than both these guys, and so kind of brings me back to Sawgrass Zoo. I mean, I sang, but Eli, who was supposed to be here tonight, he sings. Our lead guitarist Greg Hurley, he sings, and he's got a church background, beautiful chops.
Well, he's a ridiculous guitar player.
Absolutely. The only person that doesn't sing in our band is the bass player, and I think he can sing. He's just hiding in the closet somewhere. But
I'm a firm believer. Everybody can sing, but you got to find where your voice is. Not everybody can sing like this dude.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I never will sing like that. you know. But everybody sounds good in a certain place, and you just if you can't leave that, you can't leave it.
Gotta
You
find
know?
that sweet spot. If you don't find that sweet spot, it then won't sell sweet.
Well, I can't sing for shit, so
But I believe you probably could sing some songs. You know,
no, not at all.
Come on, let's try something.
Oh no, hell no.
Drop a beat.
Absolutely.
Freestyle, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna do that. Not on camera.
So
Goodness.
for the pine tree church that you're holding, it's what exact? How many? Okay, so you said you had how many bands?
Yeah, I was gonna go through them. I had them here.
Yeah.
So the Dusty Gravelers, CJ and the Deadmen, JB Ritter, who's a local sound guy
Yep.
here, sound guy legend.
Yep.
Talking
But
about the music community
A
here.
lot of people
Sure.
don't know he's a phenomenal, folk songwriter. I mean, his lyrics, I love the man. So we got JB coming in, got Buck Bonsai,
Yes.
Over It, Dave Rose, new
Yep.
project, Falls Chase, my buddy Ronnie Bones is Wild Man.
He's amazing.
Yep.
He played a great. He played a great
Yeah, he
stand
fit-
in it.
we-
Oh man,
yeah.
he was.
We had to fill time at the
Yeah.
Dead Men Walking Fest, and
Yeah.
Ronnie got up and filled.
He had to stop a couple times, but he got that.
Yeah, he was.
Well, he's probably got my favorite voice
Oh
of,
hell yeah! He,
of people around here.
Mhm.
Like it's up my, I mean, it's very gravelly. And,
Yeah, it is.
it sounds like he ate an ashtray or something.
Funny
Yeah.
story. Years and years and years ago, he came over to my house and was playing acoustic with Josh and
Come on, Mike.
with Josh and Jeremiah, and Mason was in diapers, my youngest son, and Mason would just stand at the door of the room that they were in, and he would just bounce and like dance to everything that he was doing. Like it was so funny, and that was the first time I ever heard him sing,
Right.
and I was like, is he in a band? Why is he not in a band? Why is he not like?
It's just
You
not
know?
that easy.
oh, we keep
Yeah.
asking him that.
Well, it needs to happen. He's amazing. Who else you got?
So we got Thunder the Snake coming in,
Mm,
heavy Southern rock guys,
mhm.
Hollow Memories, my buddy Dylan and them guys. I get them at every show.
Good guys.
I freaking, Dylan's such a good dude, and Max. We got Sawgrass Zoo. These guys playing, which is I mean, they're all just close friends of mine. The whole band is. I mean, my brother-in-law is the bass player. So.
Nice.
And he brings it.
And then we got Scott Buchanan with the Little Grizzlies Boogie Band.
Mhm.
But Little Grizzlies only got one show left that they're doing at the Legion Hall, and I'm actually running sound for that. They're doing their last show, but he's coming in with his new project, which is a jug band, and I have to look up the name in here. But so Scott, he's just, I mean,
They're good. One guy
He's-
plays he plays a shoebox.
yeah, I mean, but
it's-
everything's
Wow.
Scott.
It's fantastic.
I love
I've never
Scott's
seen-
songs so much. He's probably like I would say my favorite band that's ever come out of Tallahassee is probably Little Grizzly.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, like me personally, it's just up my alley, just
Mhm.
the way he writes songs and stuff.
So quick story. So we were playing at one of his things, not the Pine Tree, but the other one,
No flow.
No Fro, and
No flow.
we were playing the song of ours called Apple Pie that has Eli feature on slide. We're playing, and here comes Scott Buchanan and this girl out there starting to dance around. I got a video of it. And so we finished our little set and we walked backstage. And I go, guys, we made it, dude. Scott Buchanan was dancing with this lady. We made it. I don't care what happens to this on. Scott Buchanan was dancing with this lady. We made it.
That
And
is
props
awesome.
to Scott for sure.
Yeah, I felt that way with when Daryl Hans got on stage right after him.
Mhm.
I was like, God damn, I got him at my show. What the hell am I doing here? But that's coming up. So we got River Dogs, my buddy Chris and his guitar player Chris Perry. He Cottonmouth Perry. It's formerly Cottonmouth Perry. He's got a guy playing with him. They call themselves River Dogs. Chris plays drums and guitar and harmonica all at the same time.
Damn.
Wow.
And it's heavy Southern rock stuff. Very, very good on the guitar. I mean, the harmonica. He just fucking nails it.
It's amazing.
And the
what
other
he
guy
does.
playing the guitar is just killing it. I wish I could remember his name right now. And then we got one of my other favorite songwriters in Tallahassee, Joanna Imoff. She's very folky. She even plays the banjo with a couple songs. Her songwriting is just off the charts, just phenomenal. Of course, in my opinion. But
Did she play the last? Show?
she's played quite a few of my shows.
Yeah. Okay.
I try to book her if she's not there, it's because she had something else going on.
Gotcha.
I ask her every time, just because I love her songs so much. It's just you know, I'm all about songwriting. You know, I like almost all music. We
Yeah.
were just talking about this. Like, you know, it's like a ton of bands where the music sounds awesome to me, but if I can't get with whatever they're, you know, saying,
Yeah.
then it, girl, she gets farting on me. Then I just can't get into it. But real quick, so we can get through it. So we got River Dogs, Joanna, and then Daryl Hance, who was the second half of what used to be Mofro, who was just one of my favorite bands ever. And the fact that I got this guy coming to my shows is just fucking blows my mind. But he's just real gritty southern rock swamp, you know, just old school guitar playing. Like he uses the amp to you do the feedback and stuff in a way that actually sounds good.
Yeah.
You know, which is a whole art into itself. He built his whole fucking stack that he uses. But he's just fucking. I mean, just the fact that I have him playing my shows is just something that I never would have thought. Then we got Aurora, which is you know, our good friends Celia and Michael. They started a whole band now. They used to do acoustic. They were what do right when they were together, acoustic, DUE. But now they got a whole band going, and Michael's helping me run sound too. And it's just, you know, without that, I'd be screwed, honestly. And then we got Alondre's new band, Electric Angel, playing. I'm not sure what they sound like, even though, you know, I just trust in Alondre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
You
heard
know,
good things.
And then Justin Bullock, he comes over every year from Jacksonville to play. Just a fucking ridiculous guitar player too, man. And I think Alondre's gonna be sitting in with him, as well as Daryl Hance, I believe. Then we got Donald Green. You might have to poop. Coming in. He's a buddy of mine, and he hasn't played a show in a long time. He's bringing a whole band in. They'll be kicking off the outside stage. And then we got the Barber Brothers coming, who are just fucking ridiculous. These two brothers, I mean, their fucking voices, man. They can.
I was gonna say, talking about having chops, man.
Yeah, I mean, these.
Whether you're born with it or whether you know.
No, they like I told them that's the whole eat ashtray thing I said about Ronnie. I came up with it talking to those guys, telling them about their voices. Like it's just so much. I mean, it's sound you can hear that they definitely know how to work. You know what I mean? They can swing a fucking hammer. You know, like they can fucking build you something. You know what I mean? Like these guys are the real fucking deal, and I really like them a lot.
And my crazy story about them is we were all jamming at the old chill spot, little bar and grill that
God damn, I
closed
missed the
down.
chill spot.
Yeah, that closed down down in Color, which
Oh.
actually was a very uh, place where a lot of fruit was being made
Oh,
in the band,
God,
in the band
yes.
for sure. A lot of people getting their start offs there, and we were it was Sunday afternoon, and Greg Curley and I went over there to have a beer, and the younger barber was playing, and then his brother was playing lead. The other brother, not these two guys, but the other brother who's like a riffing guitarist, and Greg Hurley got up there and played with him, and he started singing, and he was better than the other two. And I was like, well, "Where are you?" And God, how do y'all
Was that
do
the
it?
night me and Greg played?
Yeah. That night it was a total jam out.
Yeah, then I showed up and
Fun
they asked
stuff.
me to get up and play, and then me and Greg played. We never played together. Yeah, that was fun.
I didn't know that the chill spot had closed down.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yep,
About
and
2 months ago.
Man, it was horrible
for
for
sale.
me.
Is it?
You want to get together?
Huh?
Yeah. No.
Hey, Andrew.
Wait, you mean like
The Warrior South.
Yeah,
You
well,
mean like
Legacy
Legacy
South.
South.
Legacy
Legacy-
South's
sorry,
actually a pretty
sorry.
fucking legit
Sorry.
name, actually. I like Legacy South. That's just really good. You were
Hey,
about to,
Andrew.
I think she's about to
The
shit.
last time I was here was the riverfront.
Hey, man, I'll help you run it.
I think one of my old coworkers actually used to be one of the owners of the chill spot. I'm not sure though.
It was Tiffany Hertzfield.
Okay, no.
Yeah,
The
she
EJ
owned it.
EJ was, I think.
No, this lady owned it. I'm pretty sure her and her husband.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what happened. You know, it ain't my business, but goddamn, it was literally 6 minutes from my house.
Oh,
And my kids just loved going there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like so Friday or Saturday is like I didn't have to try to find something to do. We could just go down there and the kids were happy and I was happy. And
That's awesome.
it's gone now. I think you're gonna crap.
Oh, sweet baby. So we did get a little bit of a late start tonight. I do apologize. I had a puppy. And
Aaron,
it happened.
we love you.
Oh, hold on. I'll highlight. Bam. She said, "Can't wait for the show."
Aaron is awesome and always supportive. Just such a beautiful human being.
That's awesome. Don't cry. I'll hold you.
I think she has to prove. At least she
So-
smells like she does. It's not me.
So for how long is each set for?
So Pine Tree Church, what I do is I stagger everything to where each band has 20 minutes where they're playing by themselves.
Okay.
So that way, if you want to catch every band, you can.
Okay.
Now you don't necessarily have to. Inside there's AC and chairs. Outside there's sunshine and blankets. Bring chairs if you want them or whatever. Some years it's been kind of hot. Some years it's been light chill. It's March 1st, so you never really know. Girl, right here.
I'm like about to say, if she
Um,
poops on you, you run to the
So
back of the
each
truck.
band has 30 minutes that they're playing, and they all have 20 minutes where they're the only band playing. So everybody can be caught.
That's awesome.
It's a little hard to do with keeping everything on track, especially since I have to run sound for one of the stages. So now I can't help keep everything going in the right direction. But man, paying, I mean, I'm sure Andrew knows, paying 2 sound guys is freaking rough. Because I know none of the bands are getting paid. They're all doing this, pro bono, but the sound guys there from, at least noon till at least midnight.
Right.
And it's a freaking hell of a job,
Yeah.
so I got to give these guys some money. And when I can't find one, I have to do it. And then, things can kind of get crazy after that. But as long as everything stays on schedule, we should be fine. But I'm always also places like this. I mean, when bands aren't getting paid, someone always calls out, which I completely understand. It's almost expected. I almost plan for it.
Right.
I mean, 19 bands.
Yeah.
Don't announce the band that didn't show up.
Yeah.
Let their fans show up. But yeah, no. So it's always it's a crazy thing that I'm just still trying to grasp, even doing all this. And it's stressful as shit.
Yeah.
For a person like me who
Under pressure.
but it's I don't know, as soon as it's over, the smiles roll in. As soon as I'm thinking back on it, that's what makes me do it again.
Yeah.
But god dang, leading up to it, it can be rough on me.
Yeah, I saw the last one. It looked like you were a chicken with his head chopped off running around almost.
Yeah, was that the last Pine Tree?
Mhm.
Yeah, oh god, because I was running sound that time too.
Yeah.
So people are pulling me, they're asking me questions, and I'm trying to set this band up, or at least pay attention and show them the courtesy that I'd want to be shown by a sound guy.
Right.
Just make sure everything's working great. It's rough when I have to run sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was bad last year, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. I think when I saw you, someone said, "Hi, John," and you're just like, "Hey," and kept going. Like you didn't.
Yeah, and then I
it
feel
was-
like an ass too.
No, no, you're busy.
I mean, a lot of people are here to support me. Even like people I haven't seen in
Yeah.
a while, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, I
Comes with territory.
literally cannot talk right now.
It's one of those things I think people should expect is when you show up to see someone who is as active in a fest as you are. I think that part should almost be expected.
Well, I'd like to get to where I can do these things and actually get the band some money, have 2 sound guys, have it to where I can do what I need to be doing, which is saying hello, what is it, kissing hands and shaking babies, like seriously, like
That actually happened between you and I here a couple months ago. John came up to me and he was
I
saying,
was like, hey, how's it going? You're like,
hey,
fuck off.
Hey,
I ain't got time for you, dude.
and I'd had a couple beers and I had to go.
Yeah.
And I immediately felt like a total asshole. So I came like, hey man, look, I'm sorry.
But see, and I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, you
Even
didn't even fucking notice.
Yeah, you apologized to me, and I'm like, bro, that's funny, that shit sticks with me too.
Yeah,
And I'll ask somebody, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Like, oh, I've been spending over that for like 2 weeks.
I get that. I can't remember what show it was. I think it was Toys for Tots. And Ryan, if you're still in the chat, remind me it was Toys for Tots. You won the tickets from Off the Record?
I think it was,
I
yeah.
think it was Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
And I went outside and I was sitting down, I was eating, and I was like, I need to hurry up and eat so I can go do what I got to do, right?
Yeah.
I had Grover with me, so I was trying to help Grover meet the people that he's interviewed through Off the Record. Miss you, Grover. Hope you feel better. And I remember that when he came up and he said, hey, he's like, thank you so much. I'm like, hey, no, dude, you won. And I said a few quick words, but then afterwards I was like, oh, was I a bitch? I didn't mean to be a bitch. Oh no, did Ryan think I was a bitch? So Ryan, if I was a bitch, I'm sorry. But that I get it because like you're just so in the moment and you have so much that you have to do and you're trying to still do that. Hey,
I mean, I probably actually
know.
might do it like walking down a hallway, so I might think I'm an asshole. I'm just kidding. But no, it's rough, man. You know. So any sound guys out there that want to help me out next year, let me know. Well, no, see, because
How about this
JB,
year?
well, JB, you know, I hired him the first year, and but the thing with JB is he does this for a living, you know, and I love this dude, and I want him to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want him to come out, do his songs, and freaking like be able to hang out and have a good time. So I can't ask him, and he's one of the only other people I trust to do it. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
running sound for giant bands all day long is, you know, it's a task.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fucking task, especially with all these prima donnas around here. But no, it's just.
Are you listening, Lively Votech? Sound engineering program for sure.
But no, seriously, it's a.
He would
But see,
dip
then
out
it's-
an AC
it's not
tech
even
for
like-
that right any
You know,
day.
like I can run my system. You know, if Andrew needed help, I'm sure he's got a board sitting behind that thing right there. It's like, you know, I would need him to show me how to operate that.
Yeah.
If he needed my help with it, like I wouldn't be able to walk up here and just use that. That's what's kind of crazy. It's not universal. All the sound equipment, you know, of course they have to make things different, just like a car or whatever.
Yeah.
And they want you to buy their version of it, and so
Right.
we named our button something different, or we put this button that's always over here,
Right.
you know. So it's just, you know, it's you can't just walk into it easily, you know. Else I'd be asking anybody to help me.
I run my sound equipment fine. I'll help you.
Because it's 4
Y'all heard it here. He
It's
agreed to
'cause
help.
I
It's
know.
4
All
channels.
right, CJ's running sound for the show, guys.
Hey, that means I'm not pro bono anymore, right?
Oh, hey.
If you run sound the whole time, I will pay you. I never make money of these things, by the way, guys. Anybody listening, because I actually anybody that needs to get paid, I make sure they get paid.
Yeah.
And like I said, most of it is literally for the venue, and I need him to stay open.
Yes,
Yeah.
So
definitely.
you know, literally, most of the money goes there, and it's just such a good cause, and that's why these bands are doing it for free. And but also all the bands get, you know, quote unquote paid by they can throw their own show there.
Right.
So they can pick out a date and have their own festival or their own show or whatever they want to do. That's he started doing his there. So that's kind of how this guy pays you, is by giving you a night to be able to come there and throw an event yourself.
That's awesome.
So it's, you know, it's, I know it's not much, but that's the best we can do when we're trying to get this guy, because he almost shut down, you know, I guess he was talking about last year.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Just because it's, I mean, it's, you have to throw a lot of shows to keep the, I mean, you know the bills. Everybody knows what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm 40, 1 years old. I just had to move back with my parents because I'm a single father of 2 kids that can't afford a nice enough place. And I got a good job.
Right.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and I still can't afford the rent at like a decent house.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You know, it's freaking weird.
Yeah.
You know, and this guy's trying to, I can imagine how much like a business place is to rent. You know, I'm
Right.
sure he's running it out. I mean, I think anyway. I don't want to assume heard. But I asked you to come. You could have spoke for yourself. But yeah, man. So it's, I want to get him everything we can. That's why, I always want to do these 2 festivals there, so he can rely on it every year to bring in some kind of income for the
And
folks.
$15 for a full fucking day of music
And free beer.
Yeah.
and free beer.
Yeah.
Come on.
And we have
What-
cornhole
what do you
stuff set
want?
up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it's a great fucking deal. You know,
Yeah.
honestly, people have asked me like why I don't charge more. I was like, well, I can hardly get people to show up for $15.
Yeah.
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 I mean, there's been years like we had
Maybe you should charge 100 and be full.
other than people will be like, there must be a band there.
It's gonna be really
Yeah.
good.
Maybe a Pink Floyd's playing. Oh, that's my train of thought.
I've paid a lot more for just a couple
Oh, yeah.
hours.
Yeah. I have to.
Oh God, yeah. And I felt fine about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the big thing here is they're all local bands except for Daryl Hance. But like I tell people all the time, I don't feel bad about when people don't show up. I've been playing shows around here for 13, 14 years.
Yep.
I can't expect all of my friends and family to come to every
Absolutely.
show, So I don't even ask them anymore till it fucking matters. I'm like, hey, I need you to come to this shit. I
Yeah.
need you to show up. So but I also don't have that problem. I don't have an ego when it comes to that. I played for a sleeping homeless man, and that dude gave us the coolest fucking tip I ever had. It was like all of his possessions. He had like a Ziploc bag with like some trinkets in it and some change and
Damn.
like some weird notes. I still have it in our tip jar
Yeah.
today. Like
Wow.
it's I was like, okay, he just
You
gave us
took it.
no. Nope.
Really
No.
flip that on its head there, didn't you?
Well, I was gonna be mean, but I wasn't. I was training myself.
I'm very proud of you.
Well, that impresses you. No, I'm just kidding.
What date is the show on?
So March 1st, it's going to be a Saturday and I guess 2 weekends from now.
Yeah.
So actually next weekend,
Yeah, gumbo.
and at Woolly Park in Panacea, I was hired to book some bands and run sound all day for this gumbo cook-off. Woolly Park is right on the fucking water. There's a pier you can go out and you can fish off of. And, I mean, it holds a lot of people. And there's a nice stage there. So as long as the weather holds out, and next Saturday, February 22nd, I mean, I think there's like 30 people cooking, I think.
There's
And
gonna be some bad.
And they had to cook,
Absolutely.
Oh,
they had to
yeah.
cook like 3 gallons of gumbo. So
Ooh.
there's going to be a
That sounds
lot of
some
food.
badass.
So that little festival, gumbo cook off, it benefits the
Maritime
the
Center.
Maritime Center, which they do a boat building camp for kids in the summer. So
Oh wow.
super cool cause, and so
That is
it,
cool.
it ought to
Super
be
cool
fun.
cause. Yeah.
And it's it's basically 1, 2, 3, and so CJ,
Yeah,
Dust-
so
Dusty's
River
us,
Dogs
and
will
then
be
Chris
there.
Perry. Yeah,
Sawgrass Zoo.
River Dogs.
The Dusty Gravelers and CJ and the Deadmen, they're all playing from noon to 5 o'clock that day.
Nice.
Yes.
And there'll be food vendors out the gang. They've got salt. I mean, every spot they have the vendors I heard is taken up, and it's a big place.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that where they have the Blue Crab Fest?
that's where they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's exactly the place. Yeah.
And I checked the weather. The weather is chilly for gumbo.
So
it should
it's going to be
perfect.
just
freezing
one
our asses off.
heck of a
It
day.
ain't that bad. It ain't 6 inches.
And then,
Wait,
and then so the next weekend is March
Of
1st.
snow. Of snow.
What are we talking about?
Of snow.
Of snow. Okay.
I mean, it
I
ain't
quickly
that
became not a part of that conversation. I don't know what happened there.
I don't even know what's happening.
Oh, one thing I will say about his name's Herb, right?
Herb owns the Paveler Tree.
Yep.
One thing I can say about him is every time that I've gone to the Pine Tree Church for your festival for the past 3 years, he is always standing at the door and thanking
Yep.
every single person
Yep.
Oh.
that walks through that
Very
door.
much so.
And
Yep.
that is
Yep.
so awesome
Oh, yeah.
to see when you have someone that is that.
Well, because he's actually grateful.
Yeah.
You know.
You know,
Yeah.
like
He's
some
either-
people, you have to hunt them down.
He's got headphones on.
Huh?
So Lunar Urge wants to
Nothing,
be
you're
part
good,
of
you're good.
this.
So real quick, we have Lunar Urge. We have Warwick. He says Lunar Urge wants to be a part of this the next chance we get.
All right, so it'll be next spring. Of course, once the second I get done with this one, I have to start planning the No Flow Po Folk music festival, and that's all original music. So if Lunar Urge has 30 minutes of original music, buddy, hit me up and I'll put y'all on it. But that's if not, then we'll just get you on Pine Tree Church next time.
That's awesome. And then Ryan says, LOL, no, you were awesome. Everything was fine and the show was great. Awesome. I wasn't a bitch. Look at me go.
This time.
Right here. Thank you. Thank you. Pat on the back.
Don't pat that back too hard.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck it up in like the next 10 minutes. I'm going to walk out of here and I'm going to end up being a bitch. To the
You're gonna leave
next
it
guy.
running. You're like, those guys are pieces of shit.
So I really appreciate you guys coming on. So I'll go down and see where can people, first question, I have a lot, follow-up
Yep.
questions, but one question, where can people go to get more info on the Pine Tree Church?
All right, so Facebook always is, Facebook, Instagram is always just the easiest place to find this stuff. I have a Dirt Cover Productions has its own page on Facebook, and I post everything there, pictures from past festivals, anything we got going on. Because I also do a lot of smaller shows throughout the year, but so also John Gilbert, my name on Facebook. I mean, I deal with a couple pictures of my kids and my dog, but I post a lot of stuff through there as well. I just basically run it like a business. And then the Dusty Gravelers, my band, you can reach me through there as well. We post everything we can. We even post stuff. If these guys got a gig, if any of my friends share anything that I need to share, we're all about it. Just trying to get everybody out to everybody's shows.
That's awesome.
It's been a change for sure because I've seen it all.
Right. And I just think it goes back to we talk about like supporting each other, like the concept of riding people's coattails, and if everybody has coattails, and everybody gets a ride.
There you go.
And so that's what I think our philosophy kind of in a
I'm
nutshell
shirtless
down
all
there.
the
I mean,
time.
we're all posting stuff. Y'all go see these guys. Y'all go see these guys. And we're doing it like that too. I think there's maybe a friendly competition a little bit. So
Well,
CJ's like,
when I accept my awards, I'll.
Well, you're on my roster, but your band is definitely on my roster.
Yeah, on
But
the
it
shores
might
of
be
giants,
for,
they say.
might be for singing one of my songs.
I gotta pay you for this.
No, you don't.
I'll just come over and go flip through your notebooks.
Yeah, just take a page when I'm drunk.
Like
I want to
like
know.
a CIA agent. I'll be like a sleeper agent.
I think you are.
I wrote dirt, I swear.
I had that song in my head for years.
So where can people find CJ and the Deadman?
We're on Instagram. At just
Every
CJ
show
and
ever
Deadman.
in Tallahassee. That's all right. I couldn't help it.
Just drive down the street, so.
We're on Instagram at CJ and the Deadmen. That's my account, which is pretty much the band account. We have a band account called the Deadmen Official, where there's some stuff that goes on there, but really just CJ and the Deadmen on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's just CJ Beach, my name. I post everything on there. Same thing, CJ Beach on TikTok. I've got some solo covers and post some band stuff on there too. And then we've got one song out right now called Hungover. It's out on all the wherever they sell good music.
really
It's
good.
there. Thank you. And then we've got 3 more that are recorded that'll be coming out here in just a few days, weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out.
I'm excited. That's awesome.
Awesome.
What about you guys?
And the Sawgrass Zoo, we're on Instagram, Facebook. We always have this kind of thing. Is that the Sawgrass Zoo or Sawgrass Zoo?
Mhm.
But if you just
I like
type in,
Sawgrass Zoo.
if you type in like Sawgrass Zoo, you'll find us on Facebook. And so we have shows coming up. These two, the Gumbo next weekend, and then Pine Tree, and then we're at Utz's, which is a great little place for Sunday music. We don't know about that little gym. The April 27th, we're taking a good part of March off to try to lay some stuff down, and so then we'll be back in the rub. And
That's awesome.
all my I almost call them family members. All my bandmates have
Family.
have big families and stuff, except me. I have family, but they're older now, and so we try to gig about once or twice a month. Compared to 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah, so here's, I forgot.
You're gonna owe me a new pair of shoes, John.
Oh, shit. Horch, what are you doing? At least he's not chewing my boots.
That's awesome.
So, and then March 28th, my band, the Dusty Gravelers, will be playing Low Tide down in Trident and Panacea. Yep.
We've been trying to get in there for a
Oh, they're going to hate us. It'll be the only time we play there. And then the little Grizzly Boogie Band's last show ever will be at the Legion Hall, April 19th. I'll be running sound for it, and the Dusty Growlers are opening the show. So that'll be one hell of an evening.
Birthday's the 20th. I will be there.
Well, come on out, help me run sound. And then May 10th is the Chomp and Stomp. Actually, the Dusty Growlers will be playing there. It's at the Paveler Tree, and it's another benefit for that place. They've been doing that one for, I think maybe they even started the year I started, or maybe the year before, but it's just always a good time. Anytime you need something to do, just look up Paveler Tree online. Because they do, like I said, plays there and stuff. I went and saw. I've seen stuff on Broadway and stuff, but it's very small, so it's very intimate. These people up there acting, they can get a little. If they're doing a good job, you get lost in it. And they're like right in front of you. It hits a lot different.
Yeah,
it was the first time I'd ever seen anything like this.
that's awesome.
It was it got intense. Whatever the one we were watching was crazy. I can't remember the name of it now. I was like, good lord. And Herb was actually in it, man. He was just nailing the acting. I was like, dang, dude, you didn't tell me that.
That's awesome.
We had Herb singing after the last Dead Men Walking. We were doing like a little after party, like karaoke thing.
We don't do after parties.
Yeah. I do that.
Nice.
But we
kids
had
do.
Herb for 30 minutes. No. And then we put on, I believe it was Careless Whisper. And Herb got up on there. He was rocking.
I love that.
Singing.
Herb's just a beautiful human being.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So make sure that you guys go down and check out Pine Tree Church number 3. Be sure to check them out. Go check out some really awesome bands, and it's a little bit of taste, a little bit of everything. So
Oh yeah,
You're
it's all over the
definitely-
place. And I do want to say, if you go into Facebook and type in Pine Tree Church 3, and it's like a I.
mhm.
If you can get tickets for $10 right now until the day of.
Hell
So
yeah.
if you buy them beforehand, you save $5 a ticket, and they go up the day of the show.
Hell yeah. So make sure you guys get your tickets. Make sure you go out, check out all the bands. And just as an FYI, if you are watching this on TikTok, make sure you go to @off the record live on TikTok and give us a like and a follow, because we're going to start going live more often on TikTok. And
please support these guys.
thanks.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank
that.
you guys
Support
for
these
having me
guys.
so much.
Yeah, 100%. And we definitely want to get more bands on. And if you're interested, hit us up. All of our links on all of our socials, everything's there. So we will check you guys out next time. Make sure you show up. Pine Tree Church.
Oh.